The Johannesburg Inner-city Federation, a community structure in the city, has welcomed all the assistance that is being provided to help the victims of the Joburg building fire. So for more on the story, let's cross to SABC News reporter Patricia, who is in Johannesburg CBD. Patricia, good afternoon. Early on, we spoke to you, and you spoke to various stakeholders assisting and perhaps also those who had been affected. There were issues of security and safety. There were issues of people being worried about, being arrested due to being undocumented at this point. There was also crowd management sentiments that needed to be monitored. Perhaps since our last conversation, what else is emerging on your end?
Well, welcome back here, of course, in the Johannesburg CBD. In Marshalltown, it's just a stone throw away from the gutted building where the tragedy took place. Now, of course, as the bodies are being released from the Diepkloof mortuary, here you can see the crowd getting ready. They are in, various mini trucks, and they are heading to cemeteries, as they, of course, have heard that the bodies that, from this tragedy are being released. You would understand that they've been preparing for the funerals that's supposed to be taking place in, of course, in line with the Muslim laws. So you can see there the groups that are already here getting into the trucks as they are heading to the various cemeteries. So a lot of issues around safety being of concern. Some of them saying that they will be coming back to this particular area, and the inner city CPF being concerned, and they are obviously having their hands full, having to manage the crowd here, helping the police. I'm now joined by Mr. Takalani Mbedzi. He is the chairperson of the CPF here in Johannesburg. It's a tough situation that's playing out here. You have your hands full, but it seems like the crowd is moving. What can we expect moving forward?
The thing that is happening here, the crowd that is taking place here, they are moving. They are saying no, because when we ask them now, because if they look at it's the people from Malawi, they say no, they got another bodies that they discover now. They go to take them to the cemetery in Lenasia. That's the thing that is taking place now. The thing that I'm here now in order to check everything is in order. The people that they're going, and from there when they come back, because it's the people that they say no, they can't go to the shelter, they go to stay here in the street. From there I must make sure that when they are here, they must be safe. We must make sure that the food, they must get it, but as long as they are here, as they are refusing to go to the shelter.
As a CPF chairperson, do you have enough resources to look after the crowd that might be returning when they come from the cemetery?
Yes, we have the resources, because we started to see that no, these people, because as they refuse to go there, they go to sleep here the whole night. We make sure that no, there is a JMPD, there is a SABC that they try to go around here. Even the security, even the patrollers, they go around to check that no, everything is in order, that they mustn't get someone to be hurt or some to be harmed or whatever, any accident. That is why we are here. I'm here to check, to make sure that no, everything that is taking place here, I must make sure that no, everything, the report that I must give to the Johannesburg, in order that no, everything is in order.
All right, thank you so much. As we've mentioned earlier, there's a lot of NGOs, there are a lot of activists that are on the group, churches, and a whole lot of other Good Samaritans that have come to, in particular, this area. Some of them are at the building trying to see how can they hand a helping hand, but there's also concern that's being raised that they want government to do more to make sure that buildings that are problematic, that have safety issues, are dealt with immediately before another tragedy strikes. I'm now joined by Kgotatso Moloto from Voice It in Action. You're one of the activists that are saying that more needs to be done urgently.
Yeah. So, I mean, in 2018, 2019, we visited this very same building. We went inside of it and we saw that there was, challenges. It was chaotic. And we mentioned that a lot needs to be done. We cannot leave this building in this state. But look at what happened today. So we're saying to government, to South Africans, we need to be more proactive. And as an organization, we will play our part. We'll raise awareness. We'll try and help out where possible. But we need South Africans to do their part. But most importantly, government needs to lead in this change. There are many buildings in the CBD that we've identified, that we've seen, that are in the state, that have the potential to erupt like this one has as well. Johannesburg is a ticking time bomb, not just Joburg, various parts of the country, and we are saying, let us be proactive government. Let's make a difference so we don't lose any more lives. And we are very sympathetic to those that have lost their lives, to the families, etc. Condolences. You know, it's a difficult situation, and we understand we are human beings at the end of the day, but law and order needs to be followed. In this particular community, there's a lot of irregularities that are going on. Illegal structures, illegal usage of items, flammables, etc. that could have erupted or started this fire. You know, I know that they're still investigating, but from what has been happening in that very building, it was a ticking time bomb. So we are saying, let us be more proactive. We apologize and we are sorry, and you know, it hurts us to see, you know, families losing their loved ones. It's a painful thing, but government can stop this. But there are other NGOs that are stopping this process from happening. The Human Rights Commission is one of those type of organizations that need to be dealt with severely, because they are the ones protecting these type of environments from going on. They're not coming up with solutions. Instead, they are blocking activities from going on. So we are saying, as organizations, as South Africans, let us make a difference. We don't want to see this very similar incident happening again. We are going to play our part, but we need government to lead.
Will you be part of the group that continues to monitor the activity throughout the evening? Of course, this group is going to the cemetery, but some of them are saying they're coming back. Will you be hands-on? Are you going to keep an eye to see what happens? There are also issues still there at the building. We heard the police saying that there are people that they had to stop who wanted to enter the building earlier today.
Yeah, we'll still be around to observe. I mean, at this point in time, we're worried about women and children. You know, there could be violations. People could be abused and raped. People that especially are kicked out of that particular space to stay. So we will be around observing and seeing where we can participate and help. At this point in time, we're allowing the SAPS, law enforcement, you know, CPF and other departments to do their part, and we are just observing where are the gaps. We want to try and fill in those gaps. So we need to stay around and check what the gaps are, and then we can actually implement from there.
All right, thank you so much. An activist just bringing his voice in to what is playing out here, as of course the group here, as I said, majority of them being Malawian citizens. They've come from the various parts of the province to come and mourn with those who have lost loved ones in, of course, the deadly blaze in the building that's really just around the corner. A lot of them were not living in this particular building, but they've come to stand in solidarity, to come and pay their respects, and just to give you the shots as they, of course, are in these mini trucks. We've heard even the CPF members earlier, you know, highlighting another concern, saying that they are worried about the safety issues concerning the transportation. As you can see, these trucks are full to capacity, so there's that issue, as well as the mourners head to the cemeteries. This as the bodies are being released at the Deep Kloof mortuary. Here, the activity taking place, them joining the families, saying that they're going to cry with them. But of course, we await to see what happens after the funeral services take place. Will some of them come back to this particular street, as they have been saying, or will they be going to shelters? But we heard the CPF saying that there are provisions made. We also spoke to the Gauteng Provincial Commissioner, who is saying that there will be a lot of police deployed around this area. There's also a police raid that is expected to take place.
Patricia, Visagie, really just bringing us the latest there, and we're monitoring that story as it unfolds. Again, as we heard, community members are going to pay their respects to those who have died or passed away due to the Joburg inferno. We're obviously waiting to see whether some will return, some will utilize some of the services on offer in terms of shelters, and how the crowd management of that is also going to unfold. We'll monitor developments as it unfolds.